Hey, it's 2020 Vision with Sean Callaghy with Coach Dennis Slezak, Roy Steyer, Tom Filatico, and this is an amazing and special day as we crush fear and distortion and create dreams and breakthroughs. Coach Slezak was our freshman high school football coach. We played for him 35 years ago. And we're just chatting today about the fact, and Coach lives down in South Carolina, that how many people would feel this way about someone that they spent about 4 months of their life with 35 years ago. 4 months, 35 years ago. Tom, like, who is Coach to us?
He's the foundation of really what we've become, what we've learned, what was right, what was wrong. It was kind of the starting point for me athletically and kind of from a perspective of success, you know, a model of how to follow and implement a program to get what you want. And he's been that 35 years ago, he's still that today.
And Coach, I did a thing the other day where I put on, you know, talk, because people, Rick Teed, by the way, thank you. Rick Teed's like, don't you have any clothes besides black clothes? And like, it seems like the same one. So thank you, Rick, right? And I'm like, dude, that's like my uniform. Like, that's what Roy, did we like declare black as our Cavo colors, like our for freshman year?
We absolutely did. We were the first class after we won the championship as freshmen under Coach to get black jackets, and it was not well received by some of our classmates, but we loved it and we lived in it, and it was incredible. And Coach is obviously a big part of that.
So I'm gonna turn to Coach and Zach, but like as Tom shared and Roy, like the depth of love, caring, and emotion that we have for Coach and about Coach is absolutely incredible. You know, the first day of practice, I want to quit. I just said to Lisa, they're like, oh my God, like Coach Slezak seems so great and he's so cute and wonderful. I'm like, cute? I'm like, he's the scariest effing guy I've ever met in my life. Like, right, Tom, how scary,
Yeah.
how afraid of Coach were we?
Not a term that I would refer to Coach as cute. Never in a million years.
We used to be warming up before practice, and Coach would come rumbling in on his bus. We literally school bus, and I would literally be shaking as I got off that bus. I think if I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So, but it was all good.
We would hit and hit and hit. Like he turned us. Like you know, people say these words. Like words mean different things to different people. But like he turned us from boys into men. And what we did together was impossible, which we were joking about before. We beat a team, Cresskill, by the way, Cougar Meat, what's up? Matt Morgan, JoJo, right? You never beat us, right? So that, you know, they had a 200-pound running back. We had James DiPasupo as our 95-pound cornerback, right? Like, I'm like, Coach, how do we win? You know, like, it was insane the things that we did. And the beginnings of my journey in personal development, when I look at it, this is what I was sharing with Coach today, and I shared it with him many times, was there. Like, that's where it started, I think, for all. Tom, I mean, I'm being real. You were crazy before that. Like, you were crazy. Like, you two were match made in heaven because you were crazy coming in. I don't think I was crazy yet, but Coach brought that out. Tom was already crazy. I don't know, Roy, is that the same thing for you? Like,
when you were talking before, I was saying that freshman year, we sort of became men. But we went from boys to men, and it was because of Coach. And I mean that in the most positive way possible. Like, we really took our game to the next level, and it formed this bond between us that is still obviously exists 35 years later, and will continue. So it's just awesome.
Coach's 70th birthday. Some of us, you know, everybody couldn't make it, of course, but like some of us flew down, you know, to see him. Like he coached us for 4 months. So with that, like imagine having that level of impact on people's lives, as Coach did. So a few minutes ago, Michael Smikin was here, and like he came in, he's like, oh, like, you know, Coach Slezak was like, oh, hey, how are you? He's like, of course I know who you are. Like, Michael's like, you're a legend here. And like, he is. Like, we talk about him. We talk about these things, the top jury verdicts. We're telling Coach Slezak stories as we're up, like, working, like, killing ourselves. So a question I have for Coach is like, what was this all about for you, and who were we to you? Like, you know, what would you share about what this was for you?
Tommy said about motivation. My motivation was younger. I had a bad speech problem. I stuttered all my life. And I went to school as a young kid. I kind of shied away from people. I got made fun of. I got mocked out. I had signs on my locker, Porky Pig, you know, kid put it on my back, stuff like that. And when you read in class, you know, when you were a block stutterer, if you had a bad, hard word, you couldn't get it out, you stuttered for a while. You know, kids were laughing at you and making fun of you, and it kind of motivated me to get tougher and get meaner and meaner. And I didn't play sports much until my freshman year in high school, and I started playing football. I figured this is a good chance to get back at people that never mean to me. But that was my motivation, and I just played hard, hit people hard. I was a tough kid. I made myself tougher. When I got into school at the Citadel, I got problems with my speech there too, got in trouble. But I played a lot of golf because I was by myself. I didn't speak to people. I was kind of a loner. But when I met these young kids, I said, let me make them better people by making them work hard together and come together as a unit. I never lied to them at all. I told them the truth every day, practice. If you're horrible, I told you you're horrible. If you're good, you're good. If you're a wuss, you're a wuss. I told them like I was. But I never lied to these kids. And the bond we have, I may cry. It's amazing. These kids have done it. What Sean's done, I'm so impressed with these young kids. But that was my motivation. Just to get a little tougher, get a little meaner, work my way up through life. I'm not successful like these guys are, but this love we have here is very successful to me. I'm very proud of these guys to call my friends.
And Coach,
Proud of you, Coach.
yeah, absolutely. And without Coach, like, this doesn't happen. Like, this isn't here. Like, and, you know, there's a sequencing of events and people, but without a doubt, like, Coach Slezak is an indispensable element of all of our lives. And here's a crazy part. So, like, we tell this story, but here's what happened to me. And this is in the blog that's attached that I wrote years ago about Coach. So we were told that we weren't going to be a good team. Like Emerson Football Dynasty was over with us. We were smaller, you know, and it just was what it was. So when we found Coach, he turned this into Lunatics. He unlocked, I think, the chemistry between us, the brotherhood, the insanity. We were like a pack of crazy people. We played, if you guys remember this, Coach, I'm sure, we played Park Ridge, who was our arch rival. We hurt so many kids in their team physically that they stopped the scrimmage. I don't know if you guys if you remember that. That happened. They couldn't move the ball off. They didn't gain a yard, and they stopped the scrimmage. So that happens, and I remember all these games with such specificity for a couple of reasons, but especially this one. So we play the first game, and we beat Pagoda. We're killing them, 20-0 at halftime, and we're like all excited. We're all fired up. It's our first game. Coach comes in the locker room and rips us up one side and down the other. You think you're playing? Like, it was unbelievable to keep us grounded, to keep us focused. So after that game, the next week there's a Jewish holiday, and around where we are, when there's a Jewish holiday, they move games to Monday, not on Saturday. So on the Saturday, you know, it was a day off. I think we practiced that morning, and then I went to my buddy's house, Alex Visco, by the way, he's a doctor in New Jersey. What's up, Alex? And so I go on his go-kart, and I crash the go-kart into a wall and break my kneecap. And Coach Slezak wouldn't talk to me. This is the love. But I mean, you go, wait, what? That's crazy. Like, today, people want to arrest him, right? But he was so upset and angry that I did something so stupid, right? And he hurt so much that he was just so enraged. And then that day, you scored 5 touchdowns that Monday against Richfield. It was like 53-0 or something.
I did.
So I miss the entire season, and all I'm committed to do is to get back and play against Cresskill in the last game for the league championship. This is everything to us, right? We went to see them and scouted them, and they made fun of us. They were mocking us. Remember Matt Morgan scored against 10-5?
That's right.
He's holding the ball up and he's yelling at us. This is 35 years ago. Remember names, moments, places. Like, people think I make stuff up. That's like that. Matt Morgan held the ball up. He pointed at us. That happened, right? Yes. So Tom's crazy and Roy too. We have men I don't make this up. He's real. He's here. This really happened. Tom was the running back. Roy was the quarterback. Right? I was the receiver. And I was outside linebacker as a freshman. I later become a defensive back. So I'm all about coming back, and all about going to therapy and work and doing everything I possibly can. So it's the Monday before we're gonna play Cresskill on the Saturday, and I'm coming back. I get clearance from my doctor. Beg Steele. He's like, well, if you could play, you could try. I go out, and Coach Slezak comes, rumbling up, and I'm ready, and I'm loosening up. And before practice starts, he's like, Sean, come here. And he's like, and it was Pat Argenzia, remember. He goes, Pat, here's the ball. And he made me do 3 straight tackling drills. Off the cold, 2 months off, whatever. And because everything was at stake that week for our team. And my leg just wasn't ready. I had just not kept, and And I'm, you know, I'm being real. Like, I was outside linebacker. I was ferocious. I was lighting the world up. Like, you know, before I got hurt, right? And now these guys have only kept evolving and growing, and I'm just like, I haven't hit anybody. I haven't been working out. I mean, in any real way, because my leg. And coach just looks at me and shakes his head. No. So think about that for a second. I played for him for about 4 weeks. 35 years ago. And then I was just on the sideline cheering on my brothers, right? And this is the impact that he had on us. And so I asked myself the question of like, why? You know? And it was because he loved us enough to hold us accountable, to tell us the truth, to push us beyond anything we thought possible.
Humanly possible.
Absolutely, coach, right? And like, we beat Cresskill. Then our sophomore year, like, we beat St. Joe's. Most of you have no idea what those things mean, but that was impossible. It wasn't just kind of impossible. It was just impossible. They were so much bigger than us, so much, you know, overall more athletic than us, you know, but because of what Coach Slazak brought us together as a team and a brotherhood, not only did we win then, we've just loved each other ever since. Like, we worked together.
Yeah.
Roy works here. Tom, like, we're here. Like, all these years later. So with all my heart, Coach, you know, and Tom and Roy, I'm sure agree. Like, we are so thankful for how you've impacted our lives.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was a pleasure. Ooh, love you guys.
Love you too. We're all just learning to see.